Welcome to Jacksonville, Florida, and the annual site of one of the best rivalries in the sport. Not a lot of distance between the Gators and the Dogs, and once a year they come here close to the state line and draw their own battle lines. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Gators will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Safe completion on the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
I want to make sure I know where the playmakers are. And I can't let guys like this guy slip out of the backfield and make big plays against me. Good job being aware that they can throw the ball to the running back, closing space, and getting that fast dude on the ground.
They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Both of you guys played in this rivalry. Jesse, what's your most impactful memory?
My senior year, 1st and 1 on the goal line, and the Bulldogs had Marcus Stroud and Richard Seymour, 2 first-round picks at D-tackle. Coach Spurrier called Red Snoopy, which was a quarterback sneak. I didn't get it. He called it again on second down. I didn't get it. Called it again on third down. I didn't get it. On fourth down, he subbed our running back who came in the huddle and says, Red Snoopy, jump over the top, idiot. And we scored a touchdown.
That is great. That is phenomenal.
Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's going to pass. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. The Gators grabbed the Dogs and put them in a death roll the last time they met, blowing out Georgia.
Yeah, it was like Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel back playing quarterback for the Gators again. They were throwing it through the air. They were getting it done on the ground as well. Offensively, the Gators last year couldn't be stopped. Georgia knows in this one this time. They've got to be able to get some stops and get some takeaways.
So just out of curiosity, because I don't know the history, you name those guys, the other quarterbacks that could win. What was your record against Georgia?
We're 3-1. I think I had a QB sneak TV.
Accidentally tripped and fell in the end zone. But the other guys he named had big games against the Dogs.
That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole. Now, a couple of times historically that the SEC has reached into the Big 12 during an expansion era, and the Big 12 would love to land a blow on the field here in this one.
Yeah, I think there probably is some of that with the Big 12. A lot of these teams, they used to be in our conference, and you've kind of ruined what we had built. So we got a chance now to make a dent in this, to show you, like, we're not just your, like, little recruiting system and little farm team, Jesse. Like, we're a real conference that wants to come out and make a statement.
I agree, David. I think the Big 12 throughout the years here recently has done a good job reloading and bringing in good quality programs with a lot of talented football players and those wide-open, up-tempo, high-scoring offenses that can give any SEC defense problems.
On the option. Smashes through. And he keeps it himself. A good decision there, and it gives this offense a 1st down.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, It's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just make
throws toward the end zone. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. These two first met back in 1915, and for much of their histories, they've been sleeping giants. But man, when they wake up, do they wake up?
Well, two programs, obviously, with a lot of history and a lot of great players in the past, but I feel like because of the recent success of both Georgia and Florida in the last couple of decades, this is a game every year that everybody, not just in the SEC, but I think around the country, have circled because of what this game means.
Well, and it's so cool when you're a fan and you played in this game like me and Jesse both have. You can go back to a singular moment like Run, Lindsey, Run in 1980, which was a 3rd and long on their own 7 that they converted Georgia to go on to win a national title. Big games decided by big moments that live forever.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Gator! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game.
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The give from the gun. Runs through a tackle. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. They are letting the big dogs eat on the ground.
Pound, pound, pound. The dog pound. Run the football. Be physical. You can go back when Vince Dooley won a championship. Herschel Walker. You go all through the names. So many great running backs that run with an edge that are dogs.
Nice run there on first down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially on the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
With the catch, it's Proctor.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Wide receiver shows motion. They're bringing heat. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
And the defense coming through with the first sack of the day. I'll tell you what, this defense, they get so many negative plays, and they play so fast. Sometimes you think when you watch them on tape, they got 12 guys. Last week they pitched a shutout. This week playing a great ball again.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
fourth down, he'll try to toss it. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. Fourth and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. From the gun, running back gets to give. At the 40, there he goes. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
They go to the ground. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wide receiver coming across in motion. With jet sweep pass. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And it's loose. He picks it up, still on his feet.
Man, those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football, you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. They'll go to the ground. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting where it was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
Off the play fake. Into the end zone. And the double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
Well, coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals, but you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
After that one, not quite so backed up as they're up to the 18-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. The back goes in motion. Looking to throw on second down. Grab near the marker. It's Proctor. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Dumps it to the back. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Yeah, that was a good play in the ball, getting his hand up and getting the tip, getting the deflection. Ball bounces up in the air,
smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Third and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stopped. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish.
Picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. First and 10 from the 50. Out of the gun, the inside give. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break up the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. And that ball is picked off. The return never really got started, but boy, he has set his team up at the 28.
Well, the quarterback on that one put a lot of air under the ball. The problem is it gave the defender time to get his head around and locate it. And because of that, he was able to come away with the interception.
The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Looking to take a shot. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Florida!
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats, and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Houston came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in H-Town had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Wide out in motion. They'll start this drive with a pass. He finds his man.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Here's the handoff. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
And you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. He wants to throw. incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
You just wonder if that last interception the quarterback threw last drive is starting to affect him. And what he's seeing right now, he's seeing ghosts. Doesn't look very confident throwing the football. He's lucky the defense dropped that last throw.
After the incompletion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. Wide open downfield. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Looking for room. It's Proctor. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. The hurry up now. Second down. Clock ticking. From the shotgun now. Here's an inside give. They knock him down at the 40. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down. Georgia comes quickly to the line. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. It's Proctor. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Third and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And it's no good. He missed it. Guys, the missed field goal and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
And that hurts missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And David, how they would love to stick. He's going up top. And it's caught inside the 20. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down at the 14. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. Touchdown, Gator! And they take it in for 6 more points. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in week 10.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Going for the return. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, David?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
You just can't turn it over and throw a pick if you're the quarterback here. You have got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision making.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He'll try to do it himself. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a 1st down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. And back to the air on 2nd down. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The deep thinking brings some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. The give to the running back from the shotgun. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Georgia will kick it deep to start the 2nd half. And he's coming out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Power football with the run. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. Sends it downfield. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
The Gators will call on their punt team. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. Slips through the line. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. On the ground, it's Proctor.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so big, so strong. Those guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put 1 mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to drive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
from the shotgun. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And a big gain there. He's knocked down immediately at the 45.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Trying to find his man on first down. Takes the easy one to the back. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I want to get my running backs the ball in space as much as possible, and sometimes it doesn't work in the running game, but I can throw it to them. I can try to create some space out wide, dump him the football, let him make some catches, and see if I can't get some big plays out of it.
Pulls it and fires to the left. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than quarterback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide, but to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
He's right on target. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Leaves it with the back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. And it's intercepted. A turnover from the defense. Bringing it back. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. And it's going to be a pick 6. Touchdown, Florida. It is one thing to come up with the interception. No, don't stop there. Turn it into a score.
Make a big play and don't be content. That's right. Go out and make an even bigger play. He does it. He makes the pick and then takes it all the way back to the house. Looked like a wide receiver, for goodness sakes. Turn on the Jets, making the big play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Iowa has the lead right now. Feels like it's been that way since the great Hawkeye wave, but this has been a nip-and-tuck affair in Iowa City. They're up by just 2 over Indiana. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. That last pick 6 after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
They'll snap it from the 39. 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Proctor. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think you run that play on 2nd down. third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Fast motion from the offense. They'll leave it with him. And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hit yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
This Georgia offense moving quickly down the field. The give to the tailback. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score, Florida 28, Georgia 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Going to the ground. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
First down for the offense.
Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the offense. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Yeah, and this offense, man, they just continue to struggle. And they need to find something that they do really, really well. And running the football late in the fourth quarter when you're getting beat by a good bit, that's probably not it. This offense needs to hit the gas. They need to pitch and catch a little bit, throw the football around.
Off the boot, looking for his man. Throws to the tight end. And wings it incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
Ready to try the point after. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they cap things off with a scoring toss from 27 yards out. He's going to bring it out from deep. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They missed an opportunity. opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Well, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Oh. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, Dave. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage.
Got a lot of running room. Giving him his pads. He's got 98 yards rushing. He continues to impress as he leads the nation in rushing.
Yeah, and this is why he's leading the nation in rushing. Like, you give him the football, and he'll continue to make big plays. He's done it all throughout the season. This offense features him, and there is a reason why.
He's knocked down in the backfield, a swarming defense, and he'll lose 7.
For an offense, to make the wide receiver reverse work, you've got to have a lot of guys doing a good sell job. Running backs have to behave as if they're actually going to keep the football, and everybody else on offense has to be yelling out, run, to try to make the defense over-pursue, but no Oscars being handed out on that.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take off.
Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And third and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
He got it. And now the lead is extended a little further. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. Oh, he's going to go for the return. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Wants to throw on first down. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. They'll line up for a second down play. Holds and fires complete to the right. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Let's see what they do on third down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. The give to the back. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Didn't make them sweat at all. It's good. And they'll push that lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Kennesaw State looks like it sent the JV squad out there today. An offense that can't move the sticks and a defense that looks disinterested. They're trailing by 28 to San Diego State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David. No question about that. But they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Unleashes one. The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time because now I get to get all my other guys in the game. Guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards if that's your thing.
It's a reverse. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now on 2nd down. Let's go. He wants to throw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Here we go. Touch pass on the right. And that is how we will wrap this one up. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.